Live.
Ooh.
What?
And I cut it off again.
What just happened?
These last two times I've cut it off like right at the.
Are we not live?
Cut the music off. We're
Oh.
live. Yeah.
So we got to start all over
Awkward.
We're allowed to. We're allowed to be awkward when we. It's our thing.
That's our charm.
Just like me being the funny.
Weird. I hear myself.
Adrian's the funny one, and
you guys, I can barely hear.
Ryan.
Funny looking one. I said.
Ryan's the loud one, and.
Wow, we started too soon, didn't we? We just weren't ready.
I'm just here.
I don't think you're ready for this.
Monica Rambeau. Yeah.
Yeah, I can barely hear you guys at all. Great.
You can't hear us?
You're like really soft compared to me.
Maybe you turned your volume down.
I mean, I've hardened a little bit over the years, but I would think I would still be a little soft.
Yes, thank you, Winchester, for noticing. There's no problem with your screen, folks.
You've entered a zone.
Yeah, my volume turned all the way. I don't know.
I have my lights on back behind me.
Oh, I didn't even notice. That's a weird thing about black and white. There's all these colors you don't know that are there.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep, I can just turn them off, actually.
Oh,
yeah. That's on.
There's a slight difference.
Yeah.
Yes, you can see the creepy face better.
Oh, man. Just think about how much effort that takes. You got to paint everything gray and white. You got to paint all the skins
I know.
gray and white.
I've got
a lot of effort.
Lots of makeup on.
Yeah, it really is.
How long did it take you to paint?
So when you... I mean, it was all day. So,
I did the same thing, all black and white, but then I didn't like it, so I painted myself color again.
Oh.
So when you were kids, did you think that when your parents were our age that everything was black and white?
No, that was just you, man.
Yeah, that was you.
Oh, come on. And then all old cars played old music. Is that just me too? I'm not very bright.
Oh.
You know, like a 50s Chevy or
Only
something.
played 50s music?
It plays old music or
Huh.
something.
Yeah.
It's like a giant radio.
I was a kid. Come on, give me a little...
It was their version of the iPod. It had only certain songs on it, and that's how big it had to be. It was the size of a car.
Yeah.
Sure. Now it'll go a lot smaller now. Are you okay, Ryan?
Just move on. Yeah, can you hear us okay, Ryan?
Yeah.
I'm like having...
Can you hear me?
Like I'm having to
What was
focus
that?
to hear. If I talk, I can't hear you. Like,
Can I?
Was it fine before we went live?
No, I don't think so.
We're just now figuring this out.
Sorry, guys.
Really don't pay
Winchester
attention to us
says the
talking.
audio is good.
We're gonna have to
Yeah, sorry, folks.
We're gonna have to cut a bunch.
Do you just want
of
to
this,
leave and
don't
come back? Oh, I mean, it's just.
Do you want me to leave?
we? No.
Oh.
Can
Oh,
I?
and I guess I could come back, but
I'll just go with
you
it. I'll just try
guys.
to listen very carefully when you talk.
Wow,
Like this.
because it's in your ears.
what? How'd you say?
Mm.
I don't know.
Wow, this is not us tonight. I'm sorry, guys.
No, it's us. It's just a different version.
Different version. All right, we
I see good variety. That's good.
Yep.
I'll turn this down. Now talk.
Sure.
Talking. Hey, how are you?
Hey.
Now talk.
Yeah.
Now talking.
See, I get
No.
That's the problem.
Hi. Yeah.
Anything?
Nothing.
This is good. At least it's people we know that are
Yeah, but if people rewatch this, it's gonna be like.
Well, I can. So if we want to, I can throw up the logo before we officially start. If you want to work out the sound, I'm sure they don't mind seeing our beautiful faces.
I'm gonna unplug this.
Can we cut to that technical difficulty sign?
I need one of those. Right? I could put Jeopardy on. No, we don't have that going.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hi.
Oh,
Hi. Hello.
So
So they can hear us just fine.
Yeah, they can hear us fine.
Yeah,
Winchester says we're good, and we can hear you well.
Yeah, we can
Ryan,
hear you
I can
fine.
hear Chris.
You just need to pay attention.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to pay attention a lot because it's like you're like way far away from me.
So are you listening to yourself as well?
Yeah, that's the
Is that what you
problem.
said? Can you turn yourself off?
I think I have to go into my settings and then like put the
Turn off the
output
monitor.
back into my computer instead of my microphone.
Yeah.
Welcome to the
Why
How
don't you
Not
do
to Do a
that?
Podcast section.
We're gonna.
Oh, it's fun. How not to do YouTube.
Example A.
How are you guys doing, YouTube?
The funny thing is, it says the input or the output. Wait,
Maybe that's the issue.
which does it need to be, the input or the output?
So your input would be your microphone. Your output would be
Yeah.
to your
Yes,
ears.
right. Right now, it's saying the output is the internal speakers. This makes sense.
Have you got? Yes. Everything sounds good on Skype.
Yeah, it's my fault, guys. It's not. It's not.
It's Ryan trying to get fancy
No.
because he's hearing himself.
Yeah,
I don't
Ryan-
want to hear myself.
Ryan
'Cause I
thinks
know
it's
I sound
technical.
goofy.
Mhm. So we've been watching Friends again.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's
One,
good.
2, 3.
Yeah,
Keep talking.
I've been enjoying it. It's been forever since I've seen it. Jenny,
Me
my
too.
wife, she saw like the last few seasons
Yeah.
because that's when we started dating and I watched it, and so she had to watch it.
I think I fixed it.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
The output volume was like way down in the settings.
Well, there you go.
I don't know why.
You'll never know about my friends. Okay.
Yeah, let's finish the story.
No, we're good. Let's just move on.
Oh, there's no other story. We've just been watching Friends. That's all.
You've been watching Friends. My
Oh,
wife has been watching.
did Chandler get a computer?
Oh.
A laptop?
He did get a computer, and he was he was like, "So I could do these charts on here. I could do this cool stuff. It's great. Who wants to play Doom?"
Is
He
it
said
Nicolas Cage?
Doom, like Doom.
That's
Awesome.
like Doom. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Yeah. My mother and I played Doom. I don't remember she played it that much, but I played a lot. The original Doom. So we had Wolfenstein 3D and Doom on our
Nice.
was it on our Tandy? I don't remember. But anyways. All right, do we want to start over?
Oh, yeah.
Or,
Yeah.
what were you saying, Chris? I'm sorry.
Oh no, I just it's crazy. We were watching it. It's crazy how many like just cameo characters show up. Like even though like the first season, like the people from Mad About You and are on there
Yeah.
and stuff like big time actors that pop in.
Yeah.
John Favreau is on the episode right now we're watching.
But would that be a cameo back then? Like I don't remember.
It may have been around the Swingers time,
Okay. That makes sense.
Where'd I go?
but like other people, like Rachel's mom is that girl.
Rachel's mom has got it
Sky
going on.
No, Stacy's mom.
I know.
I'm in love.
What's
I'm
wrong
sure
with
Rachel's mom's got it
Yeah,
going
what's wrong
on
with
as
Rachel's
well.
mom?
Nothing.
Wow.
They both have it going on.
It's been a crazy day in the life of streets.
But animator.
Oh, look at this! Look at this! What I found. This is cool. Oh, you can't see it.
Oh, look at that. That's
Oh,
amazing.
You can see through it. Oh, it's is it a speeder? Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that.
99
have-
cents.
You found it at a okay.
Does it have wheels on the bottom of it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well-
they go round and round.
Well, that's not right.
Well, actually, the
it's-
real one
it's
had
not-
wheels on the bottom of it, with mirrors around the sides.
Was there mirrors?
I mean, that's-
No.
Well, then it's still not right.
I got it, and I'm like, oh, maybe I'll keep this in the package. And then my son saw it and was like, ooh, let's open that and erase it. And I'm like, I
yes. Do it.
don't know if I want to open it.
Why would you not? Why wouldn't you open it?
I'll open it.
There's 10 million of those.
There's only 2. There's only 2 made.
Only 2 million.
We need the Windows 95 instructional video with Matthew Perry.
Oh, I remember that. It was him and Rachel, I think.
Oh.
Jennifer Aniston.
Anyways, tonight we're talking about WandaVision. If you can't tell.
No, we're not.
I was talking about Friends. I guess we can talk about
This is
one.
going to be, we could change it to I Am Friends, and we'll just have a podcast about friends.
90 sitcoms.
Could it
We should
be
have a
any more
90s
90s?
sitcom. Maybe we could. That's a topic we could do. Maybe that's what we should do with the Main Street Electrical podcast. Do a 90s theme of some sort.
Oh,
Maybe not.
we can.
That's fine. I don't have to.
I'll have to run it by them.
We're trying to figure out something. My wife is asking if our dog is making noise. I don't hear.
So that's just the coyotes out back.
It probably is.
All right,
Man, this is great TV.
Are we ready to start
We're
the
ready.
official?
Yeah.
Oh, what is this?
177.
This is the most random pre-show ever.
That seems about right to me.
177. Here we go. Hope you guys enjoyed last week's Smuggler's Room episode. I see we got a lot of people returning from last week.
Hey, you never know. We might have. We've got a few people that haven't spoken up in the chat, so let us know you're out there.
All right,
Wave a hand or something.
here we go. We're going to start the official recording now. This was just all just messing around, trying to get stuff ready. Now we're doing the real stuff. We're going to get really serious.
Oh.
So serious.
What's wrong?
Nothing. I was trying to figure out how to be serious, but go ahead.
We're going to have commercials during this. We should have commercials and just go to random commercials. Since in the episodes it goes to random commercials.
We should.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't prepare anything, but
Me either.
we can pull up the internet, I guess, or something.
Try and sell something.
A toaster or something.
We need Mentos to sponsor us, so we can do that.
No, this is just for the YouTubers. In the episode with the toaster, there was actually a guy underneath shoving the toast up. It wasn't like a real toaster. They had a prop guy underneath that would just switch the toast out to make it burn and then
There you go.
fling it up.
Oh,
Perfectly
couldn't afford a real
toasted
toaster.
on both
I know.
sides.
I saw an interview with the guy, the actor that played that.
Played the toaster?
No, that played the commercial guy.
Puppeteer. Oh.
He's like, oh yeah. He said the coolest thing was it was the guy under the table, shoving toast up in my face. Anyways, here we go. Beep, beep. 3, 2, 1. Hello and welcome to iamGEEK, and this is episode 177. I'm Ryan. I'm joined by my brother Chris and our good pal Katrin. And you guys ready to travel back in time to when things were all in black and white?
Back in time.
I have my serious, just
What?
persona on for this.
Yeah. Now we're not doing
very
Back to the
serious.
Future tonight. We're not going
Oh.
that back in time for that.
What? 21 chicken what?
We're going to be talking about
We should.
the first two episodes of WandaVision. So if you haven't seen that,
Turn it off.
turn it off and go watch it and then come back
Yeah.
and watch this or listen to this. Because there will be lots of spoilers. This is just the first two episodes because that's all that's come out yet. Now, tonight around 2 a.m, probably, our time, that episode 3 will come out.
Yes.
But we're not going to wait. So we're going to talk about sort of our general thoughts on the first two episodes. And then we're going to do sort of a background of Scarlet Witch in the comics and what we could maybe expect to happen in the series. Maybe. Maybe. And hopefully for this episode, especially going to be for people like our parents who watched the first 5 minutes of WandaVision and said, nope.
Not for me.
I don't understand what's going on. Why is there a laugh track? I don't get it.
I mean, that's pretty much how my wife was. We started watching, and then here comes her phone. So it's just like, nope. But she watched both of them with me, so
Did she end up
we
liking
had
them?
quality time. I don't think so.
No. I
mean, it was funny. She did recognize a lot of the references to older TV shows. She's like, "Oh, that's Dick Van Dyke," and this is this, you know. So
they actually brought Dick Van Dyke on as a person to like a consultant.
Yes.
Yeah.
there you go.
And they actually apparently filmed at least portions of it in front of a live studio audience.
Yeah, they did.
There you go.
And there was old Golden Girl props in the show. Did you know?
What? Wow.
Hmm. And the neighbor's house is the Murtaugh's house from Lethal Weapon.
Is it?
Yeah, apparently.
What in the world?
Yeah, the
Wow.
lobster that's like a Jello mold lobster
Yeah.
is from the Golden Girls.
Yeah.
Mm.
Episode 427.
I can see Rose making that. Yeah.
No, I mean I think it was just hanging on their wall, and they used the same one to hang on the wall. That's what I heard.
Bewitched with a robot. Comment in the YouTube feed here. Bewitched with a robot. I don't understand. His parents were.
Yeah, so we're going to try to explain actually what's going on and how it's not
Yes.
actually that weird of a show, even though it's strange. But it's not. When you think about what's actually going on, then it makes it a
Yeah.
lot cooler and something
Mhm.
that you might want to actually watch. But I just right off the bat, I thoroughly enjoyed both episodes so far. I don't know about you guys, but I really enjoyed it.
It was good.
Yeah, it reminded me. First off, it reminded me of watching Nick at Night growing up.
Mm-hmm.
So I had a lot of that
Very-
feel.
Very
Like
nostalgic.
our dad was like, the laugh track was annoying. I was like, I thought the laugh track was funny because it's just like in all those little shows.
Yeah.
He was like, oh yeah, well, yeah. They're not on here though, so we can talk about them.
And those are the shows they watched. I don't understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's the jury's still out for me. I guess I think I told you guys it was okay. Is kind of what I said on the text, and it's because I didn't really get what was going on until I did some reading afterwards. But even then, it was just I don't know. It's like, what's the point of this? But I mean,
We'll get to the point.
We'll get to that. But I mean, like I said, once I read it, made more sense. It just trying to piece it together in my mind beforehand, just knowing I was like, this isn't normal. What's all this? What's the point? You know, which if you think about sitcoms, there's no point to them, right? It's like nowadays TV shows have an ongoing story, right? The Mandalorian, you've got this overarching story and these little short stories. Where with a sitcom like the Cosbys or Bewitched or whatever, yeah, there's a theme going on, but it's mostly just individual stories, you know, going through. So it kind of felt like that, I guess, right, in some ways. But there is an overarching story, I guess. So, whatever. It was fine.
That all made sense.
I've watched both episodes twice.
Oh, well.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind watching it again, just now knowing a little bit more.
I went back to watch them again and pick them up, and I really picked them apart and looked at all the little Easter eggs and everything that was going on, and slowed some stuff down to look at some stuff that was like in the. Well, there's some stuff hidden in the
it's
opening
got charts like in the background, with, like strings going from here.
Yeah.
Now, if you see, if you follow this path.
We'll get to episode 2, but the Bewitched type opening, if you slow it down, there's some random stuff that shouldn't be there that's actually there probably for a reason. That's pretty cool.
Maybe it should be there.
No, I mean, I'm saying it shouldn't be there, but it is there, so it's probably there for a reason.
Or is it?
Or is it?
It's not there, actually.
Or are you seeing things?
Maybe I am. Maybe I am.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. Just checking.
So a lot of the notes, I have a whole page of notes, but a lot of those are for
Excellent.
episode 2 because there's a ton of stuff in episode 2. But we can start with episode 1. Basically, they arrive. We'll get sort of the gist of it, and then we're going to go into the background of Scarlet Witch in the comics and how some characters will do. So basically, they start arriving from their being married. They just married.
Yep, they're moving in.
Yeah, that's what I did on my honeymoon. I immediately left with the car, dragged stuff behind me, and went to my new house. You know.
I mean, that's what they did back then, I guess.
Yeah,
Right?
That's what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what happens now. I mean, they don't go anywhere. They can't.
you can't go
They just
anywhere.
get married and they go home.
And go. So they arrive and they think they're married, but they're not sure. But they are married.
Mm-hmm.
They're just sort of in this new world, pretty much. And they immediately move into their house and everything's good to go because magic.
Well,
Magic.
The furniture came with the house.
I thought it was funny that when they walk through the door, Vision goes through the door, and Wanda just gets left outside.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
But then I guess she does some magic to adjust that when they get inside, because she goes part of the way through a chair.
Yeah. That may have been an oops, but I noticed that as well.
I think she did something with her hand, like a little flick of the wrist.
Flourish.
Yeah. Flourish. Episode 2. Flourish. So, and then we basically they do this thing. And he goes to work and changes his face.
Well, there's a calendar. There's
a heart on it.
A heart on a date on the calendar, and neither one of them can remember what it's about.
Yeah.
Because apparently, because they just moved in, and that's probably not even their calendar.
That is weird because they just moved in, but they have, this calendar with the heart on it, and he has a job that he's already going to, and before he basically starts his first day at his job, he already has a dinner set up with his boss that he doesn't know.
Well, it's
what happens with new employees.
That's right.
At that company.
Do you
the
hear
boss
that?
comes over for dinner, which is apparently a thing.
Yes, sir.
But he already had it planned, even though it was on the calendar.
Mm-hmm.
So what point did it would it have gotten on the calendar? Like when he interviewed, which he didn't do, or
I guess in the process of they give you all the paperwork with your medical stuff and everything, and they give you
a calendar
on that
Here's
they
the important
put the heart
dates
on
that
it
you should...
for them. So it was a company calendar that they got with maybe a mug with their logo on it and stuff.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Oh, all these plot holes were just tearing apart.
Well, it's not meant to make sense.
Or magic.
For the most part. Yeah.
With this show, you could just say magic.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of funny about him working those. Like he's this really fast typer or whatever he's doing.
And nobody questions that. Right?
Nobody questions it. It's just like, oh, you're really great at your job.
What exactly do we do here?
Computations.
Anyways, and then
reports.
the neighbor comes over, which her name is Agnes.
Oh, Agnes.
Oh, Agnes. What's a girl like you doing in a house like this all by herself unmarried?
Oh, but I am married.
Where's your ring?
Oh, I'm sure it's around here somewhere.
We're acting it out now.
We're going to do all the lines. Katrin,
Oh,
We're
good.
going to do the whole thing. We got the script.
Great.
Did you get your script, Katrin?
Yeah, did you get your
did.
You're playing like every other character.
She had one of my favorite lines in the show though, but I can't remember it right now. Something about
great line.
Goose. What was it? Like it was not a kids show, at all. It's like there's a lot of innuendos in the show, and which a lot of sitcoms did. But she had a line about getting goosed or something. But
He wants her husband to goose her.
yeah, which I thought was funny. So I'm glad I didn't watch it with my son. It would have gone over his head, but still.
Anyway,
a common 60s or 50s or 60s name, Ralph, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was funny.
Yeah. So Agnes, should we just? I guess since we're here at Agnes,
Yes.
let's talk about Agnes because she's a little fishy.
She's very nice.
She's very nice.
Very nice.
Very thoughtful, Nate.
I think there's a lot of stuff going on about Agnes that hasn't been revealed, but there's little hints about Agnes, especially in episode 2, about who she really is.
Yeah, I think she's a drug dealer.
No, Chris.
No.
All right, so everybody's thinking that, I think pretty much everybody, and I thought this when I saw it too, that she's actually going to be Agatha Harkness, which is
combining the Agnes with Agatha Harkness.
Yes, yeah.
Very good.
Agatha Harkness is basically a person that in the comic books helps out Scarlet Witch, teaches her some magic, but also is not totally on Scarlet Witch's side.
Yes.
Sort of a back and forth.
She's a witch from the comics. She apparently was a witch from the first Salem trials that escaped.
Which there's a clue to that. There's another clue to that. Since you mentioned the Salem witch trials, she says the only way Ralph would remember our anniversary is if there was a beer called June 2nd. And June 2nd is the date that the Salem witch trials first began.
Good grief.
Yeah, I told you there's a lot of stuff. See, this show is really
So
a mystery.
crazy.
It's a mystery is what it is. And you're trying to solve the mystery. And they're leaving little clues everywhere to help you sort of solve this mystery. But June 2nd is the start of the witch trials, which is another clue that she is going to be Agatha Harkness.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And she's got like a little brooch, and in the comics, Agatha Harkness always has a brooch on.
Yeah. So both episodes, she's had the brooch, but it's in different places. You have to look for it. Caitlin's like really confused now. He's like, "What is going on?"
No, I'm rereading them articles. I was looking so I can make some intelligent comments.
So I
Instead of my normal
hear
things.
that the woman plays Scarlet Witch is a sister of the Olsen twins. That's crazy. That's wild.
I love a good mystery. So this show, that's one of the reasons I like this show, because there's just so much stuff going on. And it could all be nothing. It could be them just, a bunch of red
Goofing
herrings
around, yeah.
that they're just throwing out there. But it's pretty fun.
I mean,
So, go ahead.
yeah, like the newspaper. The headline. Did you see the thing about the headline in the newspaper?
I bet you just did.
I did. I read this
did it
earlier,
say?
but it says little baby June's first word tickles Mother Sue. I don't know. It's just like that could be nothing. It's nothing. It's probably some joke to them.
I mean, it is interesting. Like, that made me think. I don't think this is where we're doing it, but it made me think of like a Batman animated episode where he is like trapped in his mind. The Mad Hatter has him trapped in his mind, and he starts to realize he can't read anything in there. He can't read the papers, can't read any books. They're all
That's a good
blank,
point.
just gibberish.
Yeah.
Because the dream portion comes from one side of your brain, while like reading and stuff comes from another side. So that he realized he was in his like subconscious type thing.
And that's kind of what they talked about in this this article on Insider.com.
Not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor. Yeah.
So this show goes on. They realize that there's a dinner that they have to have with the boss. And then the mom from that 70s show is the wife, which I thought was fun.
That was
also
awesome.
on a recent episodes of Friends I just watched. That's
Oh,
great.
there you go.
There you go.
So they come over for dinner, and Wanda thinks it's actually their anniversary, so she's all dolled up,
Mm-hmm.
and stuff happens.
The Sokovian garb, apparently.
Yes, Sokovian.
Sokovia.
Well, they-
That was so weird. I was like, what?
Well, she's from Sokovia. That's like actually for like her actual character.
Well, that's what somebody asked me at work. They're like, so can you tell me why she lost her accent? Like she had an accent towards
'Cause
the
it's a
beginning
TV
of all
show.
the movies. No,
Well,
like
just-
throughout the movies.
Yeah,
in
yeah.
because
general.
it's harder to keep up with an accent, and it was easy to get rid of it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Well, I think that she doesn't have the accent now is because in whatever this world is, in her mind,
right.
she knows that
But-
in this black and white TV show, nobody would have an accent like that.
Right. No, that's fine.
Well,
I'm
yeah.
talking about like in the movies, she
Yeah.
loses her accent. She
Oh, does she
starts
lose
off
it?
with
Yeah,
a strong
she's-
accent and
yeah.
loses it throughout the,
Oh, I thought she
It-
always had it in the movies.
the movie.
Slowly been going away.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it just depends on where she lives. It's one of her
She's just-
powers.
Mm-hmm.
Got that right here on this article I read.
She can
It's
do all
one
kinds
her
of
Did a
powers.
little, did a little flourish, and I got rid of her accent.
Flourish, flourish. So they have dinner, first episode, blah, 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 blah. And then
Someone almost dies. Not
the
just
boss.
blah, blah,
well, I was
blah.
going to get the blah, blah to the
Oh.
boss gets choked. And then that 70s mom goes batty.
Yeah, it was.
Stop it.
He started like asking all these questions, like when'd you get married, and this, when'd you do this, and how long have you been this, and like, and Wanda and Vision just kind of go
Speak.
blank, and then he starts choking, and she goes, "Oh, stop, 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 stop."
And then Vision reveals his powers, and as soon as Vision reveals his powers, they both go, "Oh, this is a wonderful night. We got to go."
Yeah, that was weird.
So something spooky is going on.
Yeah. so it's almost like, which we're going to get to this in episode 2. with Dottie, but it's also like the reality TV show reality breaks,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yep.
then it resets itself.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then that's why they're like, oh, well, we got to go. What a lovely night. And it just sort of resets itself to back
Mhm.
into that TV show reality, because it breaks from that into sort of a more real reality with someone dying, and it, kitty, um, and so it resets itself. So we're going to get to that more in episode 2. But so that sort of, I think that sums up episode 1 pretty much.
So, so not to bring my article up again, but they compared that to, is that a reference to when Thanos was choking somebody, choking her, or choking Vision in Infinity War, and
It could have like triggered something in Scarlet Witch, and that's why she
yeah, that whole
I think
and it
started
says,
to crumble a little bit. Yeah.
as Thanos rips the golden gemstone from his head, you can hear a distinct shattering noise. Thanos then tosses Vision's body to the ground with a massive thud. Similarly, I can't say that word. The longer Mr. Hark chokes, the intense dinner moments crescendos with to the sound of what sounds like a shattering bulb. As soon as it happens, Hart drops to the floor.
Ooh.
I mean, who knows?
You should
She's
have
unable
just,
to. In both scenarios, she's unable to help the person suffering.
you should have just said that and pretended like you just knew that.
I can't do that. I'm not a good liar. So
He leaves that to us.
What are you saying? We're liars? Is that what
no, I'm not a good liar. Is all I'm saying.
yeah, I guess we are.
You guys know your stuff. I don't. So just here for the funnies.
So then they end with their picking their favorite song and their anniversary.
Yes.
Right.
Which is like the only song they've heard in that date.
Yakety-yak.
Don't talk back.
And then it sort of, the show ends, and then you fade out, and you realize that there's somebody watching them.
Yeah. On a screen somewhere.
From Sword. Because I think there's a little Sword logo on one of the screens.
I swear.
A van down by the river.
Yeah. If you don't know what Sword is, no, then it's a group that's sort of like Shield. It's sort of like a cosmic version of Shield. In the last Spider-Man movie, at the end, you see, started to say Captain Marvel, and that's not who I want to say. Samuel Jackson's character,
Nick Fury.
Nick Fury. Wow, that was a brain fart. Nick Fury is sitting on this spaceship, and supposedly he's with Sword with them.
Yeah. So you think of like Shield as like the right hand, and Sword as the left hand type thing. Shield deals with Shield deals
Sword
with
and Shield.
Sword and Shield. You think of them as Pokemon, and and it all makes sense.
It does.
Shield deals with like terrestrial events, while Sword deals with extraterrestrial.
And just so you know, SWORD stands for Sentient Weapon Observation Response Division.
So is this the Truman Show? They're
No.
observing her.
Well, they are observing, but
yeah.
Did you also notice in the credits it said Abe Brown?
Yes, that was somebody.
He's a classmate of. He was a classmate of Spider-Man, and well, Parker.
Yeah.
See, like there you go.
I didn't know that either. That was my.
No, you were good. You didn't say that. I read it in an article. You just said, "Did you notice that?"
Good job.
He becomes, and if you'll remember, he became a martial artist. The Black Tiger.
You're getting the hang of this.
That was the White Tiger.
Black Tiger.
Oh.
It says Black Tiger.
Oh, it could be a Black Tiger.
All right.
I remember it being the Black Tiger.
Hey, Vance. Anyway, sorry. All right, so let's move on to episode 2. This one, it really picks up. It starts with basically the Bewitched. If you're familiar with the TV show Bewitched. If not, then it's fine. It's an old show where the wife was a witch. And
so it's like a little animated intro.
Yeah, so it's an animated intro for that. And it's got all the neighbors sort of waving at them. And
everybody's saying WandaVision.
Yeah, WandaVision. And then it's got Vision going through the house, and he goes into the bathroom, and then he goes down to the floor. And if you pause it right there, you'll see in between the floorboards is like bones and stuff and cobwebs, and the helmet of the Grim Reaper from Marvel, the Marvel character Grim Reaper.
Oh, okay.
Why his helmet's there? I don't know.
I'm thinking that was just a little Easter egg.
I think so. Like,
I don't think they're
here's
going to
all these references
in there.
Yeah.
I think it was just like a little
Maybe
tip.
But that is another clue to death, and there's a lot of clues to death in this. So Grim Reaper is associated with death.
Mm-hmm.
So
It's a happy show.
Little clue to death. There's a lot of little clues about death, and
Just like the show Bewitched.
yeah. Anyways, so the Grim Reaper helmet. Then I'm trying to think if there's anything I want to say before that. Okay, so the show starts out basically with them hearing a noise outside.
Mm-hmm.
They're freaking out, and it turns out it's only a tree limb, which
In separate beds. Their beds
in
are
separate beds, and then she scoots
just
them
like
together.
those
and
shows
says,
would do.
Now look what we can
Right.
do. Hit the lights. Family friendly. So they think
Big
it's just
bangs outside.
Yeah,
Big
big bangs. Which I don't think it was actually a tree limb, right? It sort
Yeah,
of
it was probably not a tree limb.
changed into a tree limb.
I think it has to do a little bit with something that she finds the next morning.
Yeah.
In the bushes, the little toy helicopter, heliocopter.
And the helicopter's in color.
Yes,
Yep.
it's in color.
That's the first time we see. Second time.
No,
right?
we didn't even talk about the commercial
toaster.
break in the
Toaster.
first episode.
Oh,
Commercial
did not.
break. Yeah,
Yeah.
there was a toaster. It was a Ford toaster from Stark Industries, but the light on the toaster was red and it was blinking.
Yes. And
Which-
apparently, like when mechanical stuff happens on the toaster, it's like Iron Man sounds. It's like
Oh,
like Iron Man.
that's funny.
And
because
supposedly it's supposed to be some people think that it's a reminder of the bomb, the Stark Industry bomb that fell in their town, Wanda's town.
Yes, it
It
seems
made
like
that beeping noise, the same beeping noise.
it seems like both commercials have to do with like horrible experiences that she had.
And there wasn't a 6 on the clock. Just keep
Oh.
that in mind. Keep that in mind. All other numbers were there, but the 6 was gone. Anyways, okay, so she goes outside and she finds this helicopter that's a toy, but it's all in color. It's red, yellow, whatever.
Which might have had to do with the big booms they were hearing of somebody trying to break through something
Maybe.
somewhere.
You hear
It could've
something
been
that
bigger.
sounds like a lawnmower. You think it's a lawnmower, but it's probably actually the helicopter road.
Do you think it was bigger and it shrunk?
Yes. Yeah.
It also has the sword logo.
Yes.
Yeah, it has a sword logo. And I have an idea of who might be the pilot of that helicopter. We can get to that in a minute.
Hmm.
But so what they're doing in this episode is they're planning a talent show, and they're going to be magicians, but they're not going to use their real magic because then people will know who they are. So they're going to use fake magic to fake people out.
And
And
if,
so-
if you noticed at this point, the house is different. It is now a
Yes.
2-story house where it used to be a 1-story.
Yeah, because we've changed time periods.
Yeah.
Because before
Second
this time
episode.
period, there was no second floors on houses.
There you go.
Yeah,
Didn't know that, Ryan.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
yeah. It only
Lies.
Yeah.
They weren't able to build that high.
Oh, they didn't know how.
Everything was 1 story. There were no skyscrapers.
Ladders were not quite invented yet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Or
getting there.
stairs.
They had stools, but not a ladder.
So while she's outside looking at the helicopter, Agnes comes over just out of the blue, which I think she didn't just come over randomly. I think she came over to distract Wanda from what she was seeing in the bush.
Yes, because she goes, "Well, there's the star of the show."
Yeah.
Yeah.
She brings over the rabbit for them to use in their talent show thing, and his name is Senor Scratchy, which is a weird name for a rabbit, unless you're Agatha Harkness,
Ooh.
because Agatha Harkness has a son, and the son's name is Nicholas Scratch. So another clue that this may be Agatha Harkness.
Interesting.
Senor Scratchy may be, sort of a clue to Nicholas Scratch. Also, Scratch, Mr. Scratch or Senor Scratch, we would say Mr. Scratch is a name, another name for the devil. So, so this could allude to Mephisto, the devil in the Marvel universe. So it could have one or two meanings, or it could mean both. It could mean the sun, or it could mean the
Doctor
devil.
Strange has had interactions with Mephisto, so Spider-Man.
Yeah. And basically, Agatha Harkness basically follows Mephisto, worships him.
She's a witch.
That? Yeah, she's a witch. So she sort of has dealings with Mephisto in the comics.
Who doesn't?
Yeah. So it's all sort of put together. And then you're seeing the number 6 and 6 pop up everywhere, which is another thing for the devil. And she says that last year, Senor Scratchy played baby Jesus in the nativity scene, which is sort of like sacrilegious thinking about it, that the devil was playing baby Jesus. So there's a lot of stuff going on. I mean, there's a lot of little things. So that's another thing. And then this is really the oddest scene in the show, or the 2 episodes so far. Here comes a mailman down the street, and she goes, "Stick him up!" And he's like, "Oh, don't shoot the messenger."
Yeah, I'm just the messenger.
I think what this is sort of alluding to is that she doesn't want any messages, any information getting to Wanda, so she's just shooing him along. Because he's the messenger. Shoo the messenger along. Wanda doesn't need to know anything.
Maybe she just doesn't like mailman.
I don't know. She gives him a look afterwards like, not bad.
See you later.
I won't tell Ralph if you won't. So then they walk down and they're going to see Dottie, who is sort of like the queen bee of the neighborhood.
From Buffy the Vampire Slayer?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's that same actress who played the... I can't remember the name of her character on that, but she dates the friend, the guy.
Huh.
The Chandler of
Chandler
the Chandler of Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
And she makes it clear that Dottie is the key to everything in this town. She says that. Agnes says that.
The community leader.
Which is interesting. I have some thoughts on there's 2 thoughts going around on who she could be. One of them I think is, I don't think that's right. And the other one I think could be it. Some people are saying that she's actually Mephisto, which I don't know.
Could be.
Maybe. But I think there's something that's going to happen a little bit that sort of debunks that. And then some people are saying that she's Clea.
Yes, from Doctor Strange.
Which this makes more sense to me. She is a sorceress supreme of the Dark Dimension, right?
Yeah, and she was supposedly supposed to be in like the first Doctor Strange movie or something or whatever, but they decided not to have the character.
Yeah, and you got to remember this show is going to lead into the Doctor Strange movie,
the Multiverse of Madness.
So there's going to be a lot of stuff that is going to play into that. So that would make sense why she would be in this show. So some people are, because they're saying the devil in the details, all this stuff, that she's Mephisto, but I don't think so. I'm going to lean more towards Clea, or just she's nobody. I don't know. Because she says, Dottie says, the devil's in the details, and Agnes goes, that's not the only place he is. So again, she's alluding to the devil is basically, or Mephisto is around us. And then they say, for the children, several times over.
For the children.
Yeah, that was very creepy. For the children.
For the children. For the children. Whose children? Because you notice you never see children anywhere.
That's true.
in the 2 episodes. There's no children running around. There's no children at the talent show. There's no children anywhere. So it's interesting. They're doing all this for the children. Whose children?
There will
Probably
be children.
Wanda's children. That's who they're
Yes.
What?
Her twins.
What? Which in the comic books, her children are basically taken from part of Mephisto or a demon or something.
Yeah, some like power exchange that she was helping to stop, and she used some of that. Like basically, Agatha Harkness helped her to use that energy to create children.
Yes. It's all coming together, see people. It's making the show way more interesting to me, anyways.
Oh, yeah, sure.
This is where she meets Geraldine. I hope I'm pronouncing that right.
Sure.
Say so. Who is actually the little girl from
Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel.
Yes.
All grown up.
Monica Rambeau.
Monica Rambeau. How did we find that out? Did somebody just...
It was said like that she was hired to play that role.
Okay.
And that she was going to be playing a more of a role in the upcoming MCU. So it was stated by like Kevin Feige and people that she would be playing that part.
And I'm thinking she's working for Sword. That's what I'm thinking.
Yes, that is my thought as well. In the comics, she becomes a Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
As well, or Miss Marvel.
Yeah. I think, this is just my thought, I think she was the pilot of the helicopter.
I could see that. Because she looked up to Captain Marvel, pilot, fly. Her mom was a pilot and flew. And she wanted to grow up and be like them.
Yeah, so she's trying to get in. It all goes awry, and now she's part of the show, pretty much.
Yes.
She was trying to get in as a Sword agent. Helicopter gets turned into a toy. She gets made into a character of the show. Because she doesn't really know. She says it a couple of times, like, I don't know what I'm doing here. Yeah. You know?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking she was the helicopter pilot. You can say you heard it here first. I don't know.
Probably not, but still.
Probably not. First I just thought about it. Now this is the first place I heard about Nicholas Scratch, or I thought about. I didn't see that anywhere. I just read some stuff about the comics, and I was like, Nicholas Scratch. Senor Scratchy.
Nicholas
So while
Flamel.
Yeah, while all of this is going on, Vision is with the boys at the library, the neighborhood watch that just sit around and gossip, and he
chew gum.
Yeah. And there's a bunch of communist stuff that goes up here. He's like, I got a scoop. What's his name's a communist. And they're like, what? And then they're like, you want some Big Red? Which is communist.
That's true.
Well, maybe he could be a bad guy that got trapped in there as well.
Yeah.
Maybe that kind of hints at his future in it, that he's someone evil.
Yeah. And if you notice, Mr. Hart is nowhere in this episode.
It's true.
He wasn't at the talent show. He's nowhere to be found.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he lives in a different town.
He's got a business.
His wife was at the talent show, but he was not.
He's got a business to run.
Or his dad.
Yeah. There's no time for talent shows.
He was watching the children.
For the children.
For the children.
For the children.
Anyway, so basically, he takes some gum, gets choked on it, and it makes him drunk, I guess.
Yeah. Well, it gunks up his gears.
Yeah.
It's like a fun little like animated little thing. Like the gum had like a face on it, like a smiley face as it was going down his throat. And then, it gets caught up in all of his gears, which, turns him into his character from A Knight's Tale.
That's true.
Today.
That's the only thing I could think of when he came out on a stage. Like I just pictured his character from A Knight's Tale.
Oh yeah.
Then we go back and Wanda's helping clean up. It's just her and Dottie, and the radio is playing "Help Me, Rhonda."
Help me, Wanda.
No,
well, it's "Help Me, Rhonda."
It's
but
helping. It's "Help Me, Rhonda."
But it does sound.
I know the song, but it sounds like "Help Me, Wanda."
Yeah.
I know what the song is.
Well, they were playing the actual song.
I'm not an idiot.
Did you read that in an article?
No. No.
I'm just kidding. Anyways, Help Me Rhonda's playing, which sounds like Help Me Wanda. And then a voice starts coming over the thing saying, basically, who's doing this to you, Wanda? Which we think it's the
Jimmy Woo.
It's Jimmy Woo. Yeah, Randall Park, the actor. He was then Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yeah. Which this sort of snaps Dottie out of this TV show reality. You can see the change in her face. You can see the change in like basically how she's acting. And she goes, "Who's that?" And then she looks at Wanda and says, "Who are you?" Which causes, I think when she snaps out and says, "Who this?" Just like in the first episode with the choking, she goes, "Who's this?" And then, "Who are you?" That causes the radio to explode, which causes her to crush the glass and get cut, which snaps her back into the TV show reality.
Mm-hmm.
Because she goes, "Well, the best thing to clean a blood off of satin or whatever or cotton is a housewife." And then she just wanders off like do do do. And if you notice, when the radio blows up, she's like snaps back into it. Then the radio is back to normal again.
Ooh.
It's
but
not,
and the blood was red.
and the blood was red. Yeah,
See, it was
That's
real.
blood is.
Well, it wasn't black and white. It wasn't. It wasn't chocolate syrup.
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah.
So this makes me, the way Dottie reacts to this makes me think that she can't be Mephisto, because Mephisto would be pulling all the strings. He wouldn't be snapping out, going, "Oh, what's going on here? Who is this? Who are you? Who are you? So this makes me lean more towards Clea. But I thought that was very interesting in both episodes when somebody is about to figure something out or figuring something out, it snaps back. It snaps them back into the TV show reality. Anyways, Wanda could be doing that, or somebody else could be doing that. I don't know. What do you think? Yeah? Okay, good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Sure.
Sounds good.
So they go to the talent show, and I'm just, you guys can just watch it, but they go through this whole magic show, and Vision's drunk. The thing of note here is that he starts flying, and they're all like, "Whoa!" And if you notice, Agnes grabs her purse, picks it up like she's going to get something out of it, and sort of like starts freaking out. And then they shows the rope, and she's like, "Oh, ha, 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 yeah." And then puts her purse down, like, "Okay, never mind. I don't have to intervene."
She was reaching for her gun.
She was reaching for something.
Her cell phone to take a picture.
Yes.
No, I think she was like, "Oh crap, this thing's falling apart. I've got to fix it."
Mm-hmm.
Because she is a witch. But then she puts it back down and just starts laughing like, "Oh yeah, it's a rope." And then so he's drunk the whole time, Vision, basically doing all this funny magic. And then at the last trick, their box, they make Geraldine appear in it.
I did like when Vision started lifting up the piano, and she changed it into a cardboard cutout, and the one guy's like, "Oh, that was my grandmother's piano."
Yeah.
That was funny.
Yeah. The whole scene. I like the guy, I forget his name, that does the card trick with him.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
He's funny. That is my card. No, you got it right. Yeah. Anyways, so then they basically get an award for winning the talent show, and Geraldine's still like, "How did you do that?" Like, "I was standing backstage, and then I was in it." She's like, "I'll never tell."
Yeah.
Like, I figured you wouldn't. So I think she's trying to piece stuff together. And then they go back to their house, and they're gonna hang out, and then a baby bump appears out of nowhere. "Oh, look, we're pregnant."
Well, before that, they start to hear the loud noise again.
No, that's right after they say. The baby bump pops up. They're
I
like,
thought that was
is
after.
this real? Is this real? And they're like, she's like, "Yeah." And then you hear a bump, and he's like, "Oh, what's that going on out there again?" And then he runs out, and they see the beekeeper come up.
Mm-hmm.
And then she rewinds time to the moment right before the baby bump.
Okay, I didn't think they got to the baby bump because I thought
Yeah.
that's what the show ended on. They were good. They
They
almost
did,
got to that point.
they
Then
did
the
it
Valdo
twice.
boom. Okay.
I watched it twice. So.
All
He
right.
watched it twice, Chris. He
I'll
knows.
I'll take your word
Because
for
she was excited about the baby bump.
it.
She was excited about the baby bump, and then the loud noise, which made him sort of just like go away. And she was sort of looking at him like, "What about the baby bump?" And then they go outside, and then this random beekeeper pops up with the sword logo
Sword.
on his back. So, Chris, what do you think of the baby bump? Not the baby bump. The
Well,
beekeeper.
Them. Like, I don't know how they did
She
it.
must have sat on his
He's an
lap.
android, but it's amazing. Um, the beekeeper. So like it's a little dual kind of reactions because he's got the sword logos, sword person, but also the beekeeper uniform. It resembles AIM. They're kind of people, their underlings or whatever in the comics. All their costumes basically look like beekeeper outfits. They're basically these like radiation type suits type things.
What's AIM
So
stand for again? Do you remember?
um
I'll look it up.
assisted no. Um I can't
American
remember.
Intelligence
Toothpaste, right?
Mechanics? That's not right. Is it?
It's not American. I think it's
Advanced Idea Mechanics?
Advanced Idea Mechanics, that's it.
There you go.
So like it could just be one of the sword people in a radiation suit, and the radiation suit got changed into a beekeeper outfit,
Oh,
or it could be a conglomeration of showing the two entities that are trying to break into this reality,
That'd be sort of cool.
AIM and sword. So
Because the person in the beekeeper is just a stuntman for the show. He's not like an actor that's going to be
yeah.
somebody.
they need a stuntman to come out of that sewer.
I guess. But he's been a stuntman in a bunch of Marvel stuff.
Yeah.
That's cool. They're using the same guy over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I hope it's something like a mix of the two. That'd be sort of cool.
Yeah, that's kind of my theory. We can talk about it a little bit after we finish with this episode about that kind of stuff. But yeah.
Oh, you don't want the listeners to hear.
Well, no, I mean like after we're done with
Talking about this episode.
Oh,
okay.
We're going to get into theories.
He knows some things.
I thought you meant.
I know some things, but
I
I'm not
know
gonna
some
say.
things we can't put on the air.
I'm just gonna put that little tidbit in my pocket and save it for later.
Well, she doesn't like seeing the beekeeper in rewinds time, like she did for the chicken that turned into multiple eggs for some reason in the first episode instead of one egg.
Yeah.
Because when
She
the
went
chicken
too far
just
back,
turned
yeah.
into one egg instead of multiple
overcooked
eggs.
it. Yeah.
It takes multiple eggs to make a chicken.
Well, everything's just out of
Oh.
whack too.
Okay. Anyway, she
Hey.
rewinds time to right before she says, "Oh, look, we're having a baby," and they do that scene again, and then everything turns to color. Color. Wonderful
You know, we didn't talk
color.
about the commercial in this one either. You skipped that part.
Yeah, we skipped
we don't like the
But anyway,
The watch, or
the watch.
this
The struck
same two
watch.
people,
That's right.
same two people delivering the commercial, and yeah, the Strucker watch, which has the Hydra symbol on it.
Ooh.
This one representing like her time when they're like her and her brother were getting their powers and they were in captivity.
Yes.
Baron
Von
von Strucker. Yes,
Which they did him wrong in the movie.
they did him so wrong in the movie. He died off screen. He's like a big villain in the comics.
Yeah.
He's like barely in it, and he's kind of
No
like
way.
a wimp. And then yeah, that was just sad. So I kind of hope somehow he comes back
That'd be cool.
because she can bring
the
people
milk-
back to life in
As
the
the
comics.
milkman or something.
The milkman.
Yeah. Here with your milk.
Mhm.
Fräulein. Anyways.
Your father coming to visit, and it's him. That'd be crazy.
Crazy. So it turns to color. What did you think about the whole turning to color scene?
Oh, that's fun.
I liked it.
Apparently, when it was in black and white, instead of the red paint on his face, they used blue because it was easier. It showed up better in black and white.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
That is cool. Yeah, I thought it was like, part of me was like, oh, I sort of like the black and white. I didn't want it to turn to color so fast, but I get
Well,
that.
that's what happened with Bewitched. They went to color.
Yeah, I know. But that, I mean, it would be cool to sort of if they talked about that more, like Wanda and Vision talked about it, like what's going on, returning the color, instead of just sort of like, oh, look at there, okay, move along. Which this series is going to go through different decades of TV, pretty much different time periods.
Color. Caitlin's in color
Oh
now.
wow! Look, I just noticed that.
Oh, look at that.
Can you do that
Fancy,
again?
huh? Sure.
You're gonna mess up the recording.
Probably. No.
Can you just have like parts of your body turn the color?
I wish. I probably could with some fancier software, but this is just the camera software.
Well,
So
Caitlin's in color now, so that's cool.
Mhm.
You don't have to turn it back. It's fine.
oh,
I like
mean, I
it
can
in color.
just,
What was I saying?
like to hear.
Oh yeah,
that
so
you
this
like me.
this show is
Perfect. I like
we
that
love
one.
you. Oh yeah. What the-
Get a sunburn.
There you go. It was sort of blue in the background and black and white on
Yeah,
top.
let's see. Just take the color intensity down a little bit.
There you go.
There we go, right there.
You're
Yeah, we
muted.
like that. You can go full color. It's fine. Anyways, so it's going to go. I've even seen scenes where it looks like she's on Modern Family. So
Yeah,
it's
it
gonna
goes like up like
all the way to
like all the way to
Present day.
present day. I mean, they're shots in like the trailers that are like in like actual like MCU reality.
Yeah.
So
where she's in the Mandalorian. There was that one shot.
Oh my gosh.
Mhm. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see when they get to ER stage, like what happens. Like very serious. The Walking Dead episode, they do that.
I don't think there's that many
I
episodes.
think
right?
it's just
The American Horror Story
sitcoms.
episode.
I think it's just sitcoms.
Yes.
Yeah, they'll
gonna
get
be
to
a-
the hour format soon. I think.
It's gonna be a Full House. There's gonna be
Cosby Show.
no, I can't do that.
No. Why not?
Will and Grace, look into that.
A lot of reasons why they can't. So
Okay.
The MASH episode.
not 2020. It's 21. MASH. Anyways, so they're going to go through. So if you didn't care for the style of the first two episodes, don't worry. The style changes every episode.
Yes.
We've already seen that in the first two episodes. Even though you thought well, it didn't change because it's black and white, it did.
Yeah, it went from Dick Van Dyke and Out of Lucy to Bewitched.
Yeah. Partridge Family? Yeah, maybe.
Mm.
Chester just asked him.
Travel along as a song.
Oh yeah, they'll have a musical episode probably.
Where they join a
course.
band, yeah.
Yeah.
Zack Attack, I'll do that.
Well, he does play the ukulele. They were the ukulele.
Ukulele.
The first episode.
Mm-hmm.
So, there we go. All right, let's get to some theories, some more theories. We've had a bunch of theories so far. We've talked about Agnes Harkness. We've talked about AIM. We've talked about Clea, Nicholas Scratch, Mephisto, Grim Reaper.
Mm-hmm.
Who else we got? What else we got, Chris?
Well, so my basic overall theory arc is that she's suffering kind of like PTSD. It's affecting her powers. They're getting a lot of control, so she has to go see someone for help. So, of course, she goes to see someone who is like her, Agatha Harkness. Maybe she got a recommendation from Doctor Strange or someone, or maybe she just happened to come upon her. But she goes for her to help, and but something happens. Her powers like really shoot out of control and envelops this area in basically like a bubble.
Yeah.
And it traps everyone that's in that bubble in there and gives them their own roles. And so, like, and Agatha may be kind of aware of this, of course, because you see that she's kind of aware of it. But because of this, like, it attracts like Sword. It attracts. I always want to say Hive, but it's not
AIM.
Hive because the symbol it's AIM. Hive is DC Comics. AIM. So they're both trying to basically break into this bubble to get to her.
Yeah.
And her power, one trying to help her, one trying to like use her type thing. And so that's basically my overall kind kind of theory that seems to be happening. And like she's partly aware, partly not, because in the comics, like this has happened to her with like House of M, where she's made whole new realities. She's accidentally killed people, brought them back to life. This could very well set off an event which like brings mutants into the Marvel universe.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Because like part of it she was desperate for family and everything with Vision. She saw a future that was no longer there, and so this becomes like for the children, so she can have children of her own, and this could expand it into a bigger family of mutants.
Yes.
For the children.
For the children. You know, you got to tag that on to the name of this episode.
Yeah.
With the children. A little bit earlier.
Yeah. I saw a really wild and weird theory that I don't think it's real, but it was weird because it was talking about AIM, and then it talked about how Vision is not actually Vision, but is, and I'm not going to pronounce the guy's name right. MODOK. That Vision is actually MODOK.
Probably not.
No, I know not. Yeah. But it was just like we were like, oh, that'd be crazy.
They are going to do a MODOK series. It's like a stop motion series. It's supposed to be like a comedy type thing. It's in the books.
There we go. Have they said the word mutants in the MCU yet? No, they have not said the word mutants.
No, I don't think they have.
That was a question that we had.
No, because they didn't have license to really do.
Which in some of the comics, Wanda is a mutant, and in some of the comics, she's not a mutant. It's actually, she was experimented on.
Yeah, she started out as a mutant, and then like the Marvel Universe took off, and they could use her, but she couldn't be mutant, so they kind of changed it in the comics.
Yeah,
to go along with the movies. But now I think she's like back to being a mutant. And so it'll be interesting to see if somehow out of this, she does become the daughter of Magneto.
Which in the comics, sometimes she's the daughter of Magneto, sometimes she's not the daughter of Magneto. So
her and her brother were born on Mount Wundagore in the comics, which like it's this weird evolution type place of science that they were raised, and like Bova is this like half person half cow creature that kind of raises them. Yes. And on the milk carton is it's like Bova milk.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, and in the grocery store, in the Bewitched opening, when they're in the grocery store, there's a picture. One of the posters is of cat litter, and it has to do with the cat that Agatha owns. She has a cat that like can sense powers or something.
And the glass of the wine that they drink is in French, and it loosely translates to like House of Misery, so House of M, which is the comic book story. It's kind of true.
It's cool. There's a lot of stuff. That's what I like about the show so far. There's all these mystery, all these little secrets you can find, and you can piece together. Hopefully, it is you can piece stuff together, and it's not just them throwing stuff in. Like I hope it doesn't turn out, well, she was just crazy and she just came up with this world and now it's not there anymore.
It was all a dream. Well, she wakes up.
Yeah. It's probably some of it is, because it's part of the idea is that this is all in her head, right? That this is all just kind of happening in her mind, and things are seeping in from the real world into this.
Well, I think it's not. I mean, I think there is a world that she's created, like a real world, because
it's like a warped reality.
Well, there's a one of the clips that you see, like in the trailer or something, it's this big bubble, and something's trying to. It's the Geraldine gets thrown out of the bubble, so she gets like thrown out. So I'm guessing at some point,
the Truman Show,
Wanda is gonna, sort of. Wanda's gonna realize that she doesn't who she is, that she's with Sword, and she's gonna fling her from this reality, or something's gonna happen to throw her out.
She got canceled.
So it's not all in her mind.
It's 2021.
Yeah. You're canceled.
Or maybe Agatha throws her out.
Maybe so. I really hope Agnes is Agatha, because I think that's going to be really cool, and it's going to set up some stuff for Doctor Strange, and it's going to. Well,
Yeah, I like that actress, so it'd be cool if she showed up in some other stuff.
Yeah.
And I think there's some other people, actresses that are tied to this show that haven't shown up yet that have been in the MCU already, or not even the MCU, have been in X-Men.
Yeah, supposedly there's a rumor that Quicksilver will show up, but not necessarily the Quicksilver from the MCU, the Quicksilver from X-Men.
Because I think people liked him better.
Yeah. They did Quicksilver better in X-Men than they did the MCU.
So that's Evan Peters.
Yes.
So he's been in. Well, he was Quicksilver in X-Men, and he's been in. He's been in most seasons. No, most seasons of America Horror Story.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've only seen like a couple seasons of that, but I think he was in both of them.
So one of I'm looking at the IMDb right now, and it says Agent Rodriguez. Is that somebody that was in one of these episodes? But it's
probably not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Probably.
So that's like another, and that was where they found out. That's where somebody said that they found out that Monica Rambeau was a character because it was an IMDb or something like that.
That crazy IMDb.
Grey Griffin's gonna be in an episode.
Erin Gillespie.
She voices Daphne in Scooby Doo.
Is the girl from was she in Thor?
Yeah, supposedly she's gonna be in it. The sidekick girl.
Yeah, the sidekick girl.
Supposedly she might be in it somehow.
Anyways, I'm excited about this show. I know some people are on the fence still, but I think hang in there. It's going to pay off. I think it's going to be a big payoff by the end.
Yeah, I think that's what made this kind of risky in some ways, though, right? Because there's going to be a lot of people that watch it and don't know what's going on. Don't think about like where this fits in the timeline. Like, this is supposed to be after Endgame, right? And all that's happened or whatever, and they're going to watch it and be like, what the heck am I watching? And
like our father.
I mean, and honestly, I was kind of that way for a little bit. I mean, still knowing kind of where it fits, but it still is just like, what's the point of this? But if you start to unravel it and look at it, you'll kind of get it. But at the same time, there's a lot of people that are Mandalorian watchers, that are just casual fans of these things that may watch it and be like, I'm not going to watch this. This is ridiculous, but then they'll watch it later maybe because they hear, oh, it got better. You need to go back and watch it, and that's a big risk. But
I think the way with COVID and everything threw everything off, I think if this had came out when it originally was supposed to come out, it would have been a little better for people to understand what's going on. There was also going to be a after credit scene in Endgame that would help explain this, but they cut it.
Yes. Showing the Vision coming back somehow.
Yeah. So that was cut from the movie for whatever reason. I don't know why.
Well, yeah.
Because they didn't have an after credit scene. In Endgame. They just got rid of it. So that may have helped out a little bit. But I'm looking forward to the rest of the season. I hope you guys enjoyed us talking about these first 2 episodes and our thoughts. I hope it's helped people understand sort of what's going on a little more. That will make it more enjoyable. Like after you listen to this, if you want to go back and watch the first 2 episodes, and maybe that will clear some stuff up for you, because there's a lot of stuff hidden in there. But I think it was fun. I think it's fun how they're taking each episode and using like a time period in TV land to explain it.
And if we missed anything that you saw, feel free to comment here on YouTube or on our Facebook group, iamGroup, Twitter, Instagram, sure, why not?
iamBig Show. Just comment a picture on Twitter. Just tag us in it.
Comment with a picture on Twitter and tag us.
Not Twitter, I mean Instagram.
Instagram or Twitter, whatever. Throw a picture of anything, whatever.
Well, not anything.
Well, yeah.
Please be clothed.
Yes.
I like this. Our friend Vance in the comments says, I agree. I like the mystery of it. People are so I need everything now because of Netflix, and the slow roll
Yeah.
out of the Disney Plus series is driving people nuts. Yes,
It's true.
it's driving people nuts because they can't get it all at once. But I'm loving that they're doing it this way.
Oh yeah.
Because it's making you pay attention more, and it's making you not be like, let's just move on. Okay, I've binged that season or that show. Let's move on to something else. It gives you a week to think about it, and you're like, oh, what about this? What about that? Because you're excited for the next, just like the Mandalorian did. You know, after the Mandalorian episode, so many more people were talking about it. But I guarantee if they put the whole season out at once, they wouldn't have talked as much about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's getting us to think about stuff and talk to each other about stuff, and that's what I like.
I don't want to talk to people.
Yikes.
But I am really glad that they put the first 2 episodes out at the same time, because I think that really helped people understand a little more about what's going on. Because I think if they just put the Dick Van Dyke I Love Lucy episode out, then people would be like, yeah, I'm done with this. But they gave it a little, I think the next one is just going to be one, right? I'm sure they're not.
I believe so.
That's what I understand. Yeah, I mean, I think if they had done the black and white episode, then another black and white, people are going to be like, oh, is this what this is going to be like? And just all the weird stuff is now, and it's going to start to make more sense, I think, with the next episodes. And it's going to be in color, so it's going to be more attractive to people, a lot of people, I think. And, it was probably smart to do that.
Yeah. But I'm loving it. I'm loving that we can talk about it.
It's a free country. We can talk about it.
Is it?
It's not.
But, we had our show when we first started iamGEEK long ago. We would talk about Flash every week. And we haven't really had anything like that because Flash is...
It's coming back soon, though.
It's coming back soon. Yeah.
I didn't even watch last season. Anyway.
Tonight, Walker started.
Oh, did it? Ooh, I'll check that out. It's going to be hard for me to watch Walker.
Yeah, the new Walker Texas Ranger show.
Really?
With Jared Padalecki.
From Supernatural. It's going to... I don't know if I can watch it because, to me, he will always be Sam. And when I see him as Walker Texas Ranger, I'm like, what's Sam? Where's the monsters?
It's a little easier for me. I watched him on Gilmore Girls, and then he went to Supernatural, so I could transition a bit more.
Well, we're excited about episode 3 of WandaVision, and we would love to hear from you. Join I Am Group. Just go on Facebook, type in I Am Group, all one word, I-A-M Group. Or on Twitter, iamGEEK Show. But let's continue the conversation, because we probably won't do every. What we'll probably do is we've done this to sort of just sit up the season, and then at the end of the season we'll probably do a roundtable about the whole season of WandaVision.
More than likely, Ray Chase will.
Yeah, we'll have some friends on,
which is a long ways away. Like it seemed like they had the episodes out pretty like into March. Did I read that right?
Seems like it.
It seems like a far away.
I don't know how many episodes there are.
It's like 9, maybe. I don't know, but it just which is 9 weeks, right? I don't know. Whatever.
Whatever. Anyways, so we'll probably do a roundtable to wrap up the whole series instead of just doing the one-off episodes every week. But this will give you a little background. Hopefully we could come back and we can say, hey, Agnes was Agatha.
We were right.
Fast forward to their last episode. Yeah, we were wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, it was just all a dream. She woke up in bed.
This show's about absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
The whole Bob Newhart episode.
Yeah.
But it was all for the children. And that's why we do what we do.
For the children.
All right. Well, this has been iamGEEK episode 177. And we'll be back with you next week for episode 178.
Excellent.
Anyways, good night, everybody. For the children.
Bye-bye.
For the children.
The children.
Oh, man. What did you say, Vance? My daughter started watching Flash, like on her second viewing. I watched the Crisis crossover episode, but I have yet to watch the actual series. The first Seasons were good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's slowly kind of trickled. A little
Yeah,
bit.
it's sort of
Yeah.
every season it sort of got worse and worse.
Yeah. Try to get serious.
It's like less and less about the Flash and more about everybody else on the show.
Relationships.
And
Yeah.
it's just like the Flash can't solve his own problems anymore.
Yeah, I don't know how to do
He's not
anything
the
but run
Flash.
fast.
Well, not even do that sometimes,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Everybody tell me what to do. Run, Barry. Oh, okay.
Oh wait, I can do that.
Yeah, it's kind of sad.
Anyway,
I'm still gonna watch it probably.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. My wife and I like it, so we'll watch it.
any other shows coming out or anything? I'm trying to think.
The new Superman and Lois should be starting sometime soon. That show. Be watching that. Batwoman restarted. I'm not watching that.
I never watched the first.
I watched it. And it was good for like the first couple episodes, and then I don't know. I don't know. It was just. It started to be more about her like social life, and it was like, this is Batwoman. Make it about being Batwoman.
Yeah.
Like I don't. Not every CW show has to be about who am I dating this week.
Yeah. It's a CW. They have to. Like,
Yeah.
Netflix. I don't think they're the only thing that's coming out.
CW stands for caters to women.
The only thing coming out soon is something called Winx or something that's about this
The Winx
magical
Club?
school.
Well, Winx Club it was an animated show,
Oh, okay.
and so they're making a live action movie. But
Yeah.
like in the show, they actually look like fairies, I believe. In this, they're just going to be people
Yeah.
because they don't have the money probably to.
Have the glue on some wings. They don't have the
Yeah.
money to hire you to make the wings like you did in X-Men First Class
Mm-hmm.
for the character who had wings.
Angel. They're Angel.
You know who?
You know
So that character.
Oh, Pixar popcorn. Oh, it comes out tomorrow. I hope those are fun, and I hope they're not. Here's Pixar that's smaller versions that's really sad.
Yeah. This family's broken.
We're gonna make you cry for 5 minutes.
Yep, 5 minutes at a time, and then your kid's gonna watch it over and over again, so you can cry more and more. Netflix has a movie coming out every week. Yes, they do, but is it going to be a movie you want to watch? Because I watched the thing that they put out about everything coming in February, and guess what? There was nothing that I was even remotely interested in. But that's just me. This is me. So they may be putting out a movie every week, but it not necessarily is going to be a movie that we're going to watch or talk about.
We watched on HBO Max. There is a movie that just came out called Locked Down. It's got Anne Hathaway, and there's no way I can say his name. He was in Doctor Strange. Child Waddle. I don't know. But it takes place like during the pandemic.
Oh,
but
we need more of that.
But it turns into like a heist movie. So it's actually pretty fun. It's actually kind of movie.
Get close to each other.
Yeah, were they all wearing masks?
They had to put on masks when they went outside and everything. It was interesting because some of the other characters, Dule Hill is in it from Psych. He plays a friend of theirs that they just communicate through Zoom, and his actual wife is playing his wife.
Is all the dialogue like this?
Yeah, it's all like that.
Yeah, the mask on. Everybody sounds like Bane.
Do y'all feel awkward going into banks and gas stations with your masks?
I don't go anywhere.
I just go in and go, stick them up.
It's like
Yeah.
they used to not let people come in with masks and hoods on.
I know.
But now it's
I
okay.
feel weird going anywhere. I took my car to get an oil change or something, and I walked in. This is like early on in the pandemic. I walked in, and I couldn't help myself. I just said, I'm not robbing the place. I feel like I am with this mask on, but I'm not. And they laughed. I just like always going to banks or with masks on, and I just write a little note and just slip it to the person
I would like
behind
to
the counter.
deposit this money.
Yeah.
What? So where's the?
I just want to deposit this money.
You didn't even read the note.
Oh well, masks are here to stay for a while, so have fun. Snowpiercer series. I've been wondering about that.
Yeah, that's on HBO Max now. The whole first season. I think the second season's starting. I've seen the movie, but I haven't watched the show.
I haven't seen the movie. I don't think. So
The
do I need
movie
to
was-
watch the movie to see the show, or
No,
can
I think it's the same thing.
it looks interesting? So the world's all crazy. So you have to ride a train everywhere.
A prison train.
Yeah,
The
it's
one-
like
the prison
frozen.
train?
Like the world's like frozen. You can't survive outside for
Disney movie.
any period of time. Yeah, everybody's singing.
Let it go.
Especially
Well, it
just
does have
group of-
guy
Let me
from-
go. Let me go.
group of frozen fanatics capture a train and
It's got
live
the
on.
person from Hamilton in it.
I think so. Jennifer Connelly is in it. In the movie, it was Chris Evans and
Oh, Captain.
the woman that played the Chosen One in Doctor Strange, the odd woman that's kind of scary.
Another MCU character.
So it was good. Oh, in February we got the Tom and Jerry movie. Huh?
Hmm.
Huh? That's a thing.
Great.
Great.
Yeah, I know. I think Sonic is coming to Hulu.
Oh,
I wouldn't mind watching.
That was a good movie.
Was
Did
it
you
good?
watch it?
I haven't seen it, but I wouldn't mind.
I
watching
liked it.
either.
I thought it was good.
we watched
Terrible.
We Could Be Heroes. Is that what it's called?
it. Oh,
Yes.
on Netflix. I
It was
put that on
fun.
the other day. It was
I
kind of
liked
fun.
it.
Yeah, I liked it.
Had Shark, well, not the real Shark Boy, but it had
well, yeah,
somebody
that's what we
playing
talked
Shark
about.
Boy.
Did
Right,
Shark
it
Boy
wasn't-
talk in the first movie?
Oh yeah.
Okay, because this
Is
guy
Shark
didn't
Boy-
talk at all.
Well, it wasn't
Yeah.
the same actor.
I know it wasn't the
Right,
same
it
actor,
was-
but it was just like it was really weird that he didn't say anything.
Maybe he has a voice like, "Hi, how you doing?" And like that sounds nothing like the original actor. Just don't have him talk.
Yeah, they could have dubbed over it.
I mean, Lava Girl didn't say much.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. But was it supposed to be a sequel to that movie, or just they happen to be in
I
it?
think it's just the same world, I guess.
Same world,
Yeah.
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 It was,
Which was somebody's dream, though, right?
Yeah, which is weird because that kid dreamed that his people
but didn't they
got married
become
and had a
real
kid.
at the end
I
of the
don't-
movie?
I don't know if
Oh,
I don't know
gosh,
if I
sorry.
watched the whole movie of that one.
I made us disappear for a second. My apologies.
Oh.
I'm trying to fix Chris's picture. I just realized was not perfect.
Winchester has all the movies coming out. Willy's Wonderland? Ooh, I don't know if you should watch that, Winchester.
I don't think I wanna watch- that movie is like a Freddy's Night, whatever, like that video game.
Oh,
Five Nights
Five
at
Nights at
Freddy's?
Freddy's?
Five Nights at Freddy. Yeah, it's basically Nicolas Cage. He doesn't say anything. He's like silent the whole trailer.
Oh, that
But
reminds
he gets hired as like a janitor to like clean up this like almost like Chuck E. Cheese type place. But it turns out that he's like a sacrifice to the animatronics that come alive and kill people.
It's just a
And
rip
so
off of Five
he's
Nights at
just-
Freddy's.
So like he's just like battling them throughout the whole thing, and there's like these other people that are trying to save him.
Oh,
But-
I'll
like
watch
me. Wicker
that.
Man.
Where's
maybe,
it coming on? Is it coming on Netflix or where's it coming on?
But on Netflix now, I haven't watched it yet. Is the History of Swear Words with
I was
Nicolas
gonna
Cage.
say, yeah. with Nicolas Cage, yeah. Yeah, I
I'm
wanted to
just
watch it. I
I
just
wanna
can't.
watch
I
the
gotta find
history
the
of-
time to watch it.
S words. That's what I'm hoping for the history.
Swords?
S words.
And Disenchantment, the third season, is on
Yeah.
Netflix now. So from
Oh,
the
I
creators
haven't
of
watched the first.
Simpsons and Futurama. It's fun. I like it.
Yeah. Anyways, there we go.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Set the battle. Oh, the Muppets. All the old Muppet shows are coming.
Oh
to Disney.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Bum, 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 bum.
The good stuff.
Yeah.
Not these new Muppet shows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was so excited when the new Muppet Babies came back, and then I watched it and I'm like, no.
Yeah.
It's because I was like, kids, we're gonna watch this magical show called The Muppet Babies, and I'm sure it's gonna be just like the old ones. And then we watched it, and And every time it goes on TV, they're like, "Man, I don't want to watch that."
Yeah, it was a set like so. Animaniacs, new Animaniacs came to Hulu,
Oh, I've heard that.
and I tried it, and it was just so political for some reason. I remember like the Animaniacs had some like little political jokes here and there with like Bill Clinton and stuff like that, but it's just like every episode is like super political. I'm just like, I don't want to watch any more politics. I just want to watch a cartoon.
That's right.
Hope you guys are enjoying this little after show where we just ramble on about everything.
We watched Looney Tunes on HBO Max the other day, like some old Looney Tunes, and I was like, this doesn't seem super appropriate. I remember watching them as a kid, but we watched some of the ones that I remembered, and yeah, it was awkward. But we also watched the new Croods movie, The New Age. I don't know if y'all ever watched the Croods. It was $20 to rent.
Oh, why? Why did you do that?
Well,
you could have said, "Hey, son, instead of paying $20 for this, we could watch any Marvel movie on Disney Plus."
Yeah, he would have noped out of that. So,
well, just tell him that it's the Croods.
Yeah, but it was okay.
Yeah, it wasn't worth your $20.
It has Nicolas Cage as well.
Yes, it does.
Yeah,
playing himself.
It was better than I thought it'd be. Like we watched the first one not too long ago. It was on like a couple weeks ago. It's on one of the channels. I don't know what it was on, and maybe Amazon Prime. But so then we saw the thing for the second one, and it's like, oh, we've got to continue. But the first one was pretty good.
Yeah, first one was pretty good. I like the design style on that one. It's Chris Sanders who did like Lilo and Stitch.
Yeah,
that's fun.
Time to make the movie. All right. Well, it's getting late, so
yeah, kinda
getting to be the old man's bedtime.
Well, I've got to edit everything.
I was talking about me, the old man.
Oh, the old man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, so stay healthy out there.
Yeah.
Wear your mask. Don't go anywhere.
Well,
and you have to go somewhere.
If you need to.
If you need to.
I gotta go to work every day.
Oh, just quit. Did Ryan Reynolds reprise his role in what?
In the Croods.
Yes. In the Croods? Oh,
yes.
he was in the Croods.
Yeah.
Oh, that's some news that dropped that the new Deadpool movie will be rated R.
And in the MCU.
And in the MCU.
So
who knows when it'll be made.
Yeah. Apparently, supposedly, a rumor he did pitch like Deadpool kills the MCU or something like that. Where it was just the movie was going to be him killing characters from the movies, which would be funny. But,
how would that fit in the MCU?
I don't know.
I don't think it would.
Well, he killed him.
Well, but that would just end the MCU.
Maybe he kills the old
X-Men
universe. Maybe that's what it is.
Maybe that's supposedly what Chris Evans is coming back for. To reprise his role as Captain America, just so he can be killed by Deadpool.
Maybe at the end of WandaVision, Deadpool will show up.
There you go.
That would be so fun, but it won't. I'm guessing that they already pretty much have stuff planned out, so Deadpool 3 won't come out until like after all these other movies.
They just started like writing it. I think they just hired some writers not too long ago. So
they did finish writing the next season of
Cobra Kai. They're filming it.
They're filming it. Yeah,
they started in January.
So did you watch Cobra Kai?
Oh yes. Yes.
I finished. Seen it. So spoilers or whatever.
If you spoilers.
Seen it, whatever. Yeah. All they had to do was call the police. That's it.
Yeah.
Several times.
That's a spoiler.
Several times. I mean, a kid literally gets thrown through a window, which he would have died from. And no one calls the police.
Yeah, they're just like, well, we better handle this the karate way.
All they had to do was get the other parents together, and they would have pulled their kids from Cobra Kai.
What's all these other kids? They don't have parents. Like all these kids are just like breaking people's arms.
Yeah, the PTA would have shut this place down.
I'll get it. Yeah, that's
hugs, not hits.
It was fun, and I loved the season, but it started out depressing. And there was a whole lot of what the heck moments.
It's fun. Yeah, it's definitely fun.
Yeah, and then the fight in the house where all the kids come over. I'm like, really? No one's like, hey, let's call the police. Or Anything? Let's just beat each other.
Well,
But it was good, and I'm looking forward to
still better than the Flash.
Oh yeah, no, I loved it.
It was good. Yeah.
It picked up. It started out like very depressing, and then it picked up. But if I ever get in some accident where I'm in a coma and I can't walk, I'm calling Johnny Lawrence and I'm saying, dude, I heard you work miracles. You're going to take me to see the dude from Twisted Sister so I can tap my foot. And then you're just going to drop me a bunch and it's going to like snap everything back into place, I guess.
Yeah. And in like 2 days, you'll be perfect.
Yeah.
Like one day you won't be able to do a kick. The next day you're going to get in a fight and totally whip people's butt.
Be able to do kicks.
Yeah.
All it takes is...
It's a show.
I know.
No, it was fun. I liked it.
They have a video game for this show too, which looks fun. It's just a shame that it's not online multiplayer. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but a game did come out that is online multiplayer. Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Really?
It's a side scroller like River City Ransom type game or Double Dragons.
Yeah.
So like you get to pick characters and you fight the 7 boyfriends or whatever.
That's awesome.
It looks pretty
play
cool.
with other people.
I think it's on. Yeah.
Oh.
I saw somebody playing it with, and they were talking to the guy that wrote the comic book, and he, as they were playing it, so it's pretty cool.
That's cool.
So yeah.
Back to Cobra Kai for a second. I'm excited they're bringing back the big bad guy from season 3.
Yeah. For movie 3.
Yeah, movie 3. Sorry, Guardian 3.
Yep. Yeah, it'll be interesting.
Which I was very
interesting
confused
to see what else they bring.
because in the past there was one guy that I thought looked exactly like him, but turned out not to be him because he died, and it was the other guy. So that
they did that on purpose.
Confusing. It's like this guy looks exactly like him.
Oh god, my wife won't watch this. So I'll go ahead and tell you. So Chris, I think Chris knows about how she gets confused about movies and stuff sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Were you the one, Kelsey Grammer, or was that somebody else?
Kelsey Grammer.
Yeah. Oh yeah, so you remember that?
Yeah.
This tops that.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Kelsey Grammer was in this movie.
Yeah. That's when he played
an
Beast,
X-Men
right?
Yeah.
Was that from
Beast.
when he played?
No, that was Oh, I thought you said Beauty and the Beast.
No.
I was like,
Okay, so we're watching Cobra Kai, and you know that they're having the flashbacks of Vietnam. All right?
Mm-hmm.
And then it gets to the scene where it's them fighting on the big log with the snakes. So it's Kreese and his, I don't know.
Commander. Yeah.
Commander. And she leans over, and she goes, wait a second, I don't understand. I'm like, what are you doing? She goes, they both have to live. I'm like, well, why do they both have to live? They have to live to make the TV show make sense. They both have to live. I'm like, what are you talking about? So I paused the show. Like, what do you mean they both have to live? Well, how is Johnny Lawrence and Kreese one of them is gonna die here and then be in the future? And I'm like, what are you talking about? She's like, they were both in the war together. And I'm like, they were okay. So you're telling me Johnny Lawrence, who's this age right now, was in the Vietnam War? She's like, no, probably not. I'm like, the younger guy in Vietnam is Kreese, not the older guy. And I'm like, so is Kreese like Benjamin Buttons, and he just ages backwards because doesn't look like the older guy anymore? She was very confused. She thought that the Vietnam scene was the younger guy was Johnny Lawrence, and the commander was Kreese somehow. I don't know how that happened, but
maybe she was sleeping during part of it.
No, she's very, very smart. One of the smartest people I know. Very smart. But when it comes to stuff like this,
like pop culture kind of thing.
Yeah, she gets very confused very easily. I don't think she pays attention enough.
Although it was confusing to me, the commander, the commander, when he first came on screen, I was like, I didn't know Anthony Michael Hall was in this movie. It's not him.
No, it's not.
He looks so much like him. Like, it's weird, scary how much he looks like him. And I even looked it up online, and I'm not the only person that thought that.
Yeah, that it would crank me up. I was just like, "Are you serious?"
That's funny.
Yeah, but anyways, it was a good season. I liked it. I liked
Mm-hmm.
Cobra Kai. It's good. I'm ready for the next one. I think it's supposed to be like October or sometime when supposedly the next one season may come out. No, I could be wrong though. Anyways, thank you for
Probably.
joining us. I hope you had fun. Everybody that's in here. We've lost one. Somebody dropped out.
We've lost a few, yeah.
A few. Okay. Well, thanks for joining us. See you next week. Go join iamGroup. We want to talk to you. It's for the children.
For the children.